What's up guys, my name is Idan and welcome to How Much YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the new Samsung S20 Ultra. We're going to talk about the price and the specs. But before we start, I want to thank today's sponsor for this video, Taurus Cases. Taurus Cases come with wonderful colors to protect your expensive phone. They fit even the new iPhone 11, okay? And they snug fit really well. And what I like about those cases is the back. The back has like this plastic protection, and you know, if you break the back of a glass of an iPhone, it's really expensive, and they fit really nice. And also, they even have cases for the iPhone XX Max, some other phones you might have as well. Check Taurus Cases in the link in the description below. Also, I want to mention about Poshmark. I called them by accident Pushmark on my last sponsored video, so I apologize for that. They're called Poshmark, and they're actually an awesome app to sell your old stuff on your closet, especially if it's branded. You can make good money. I also left a link below for Poshmark app, so you can sell your closet and get profit. Samsung just announced their S20 lineup with the S20, S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra. And I'm very curious about the S20 Ultra because that's their top spec, their best phone that ever came up, and pretty much the best Android phone that so far came out to the market. And it's very interesting to see their specs and the price. Now, the price is so high that I believe this is the most expensive Android phone that came up so far, the $1,399, the starting price for the S20 Ultra. The specs are really impressive. With the Infinity O display, you can see how they removed a lot of the bezels, and most of it is now screen, which is pretty impressive, especially for me. When I have the OnePlus 7 Pro, a lot of it, you know, the screen to body ratio is really good, and I kind of got used to that already from last year. You know, I've been having the phone for a few months now, and I can't really go back to anything with a notch. And it makes me look at an iPhone totally different. And it's kind of hard to go from a lot of screen and not a lot of notch to something that has a notch now. So I think Apple is in an interesting place right now where there's so many better things with a Samsung that it's kind of like doesn't even make sense to spend the money with Apple. Some people have to spend money with Apple because they have everything Apple and it just kind of makes sense. But if you don't, you might get lucky and get the Android phones that have so many cool stuff right now going on. Infinity O display, it's almost all display, 3200 by 1440 resolution, which is amazing. It's 6.9 inch display. That's huge. It's just a huge screen. It's just amazing. 120 Hz display. If you always use a 60 Hz display or like a regular iPhone or Android display, I've been using the 90 Hz display from the OnePlus, and I can see a huge difference. The 120 will probably even better than that, and I can't wait to experience that myself. But at that point, I can't go back either, you know, with the refresh rate. Like anything below 90 just looks slow, and I'm just so used to it. I'm working faster with the 90 Hz. So 120, that's gonna be the standard from now on, and that's just awesome. I really appreciate that they added that 120. When you select 120 on the phone, you're gonna have to lower the resolution to 1080p, which is not a huge deal. The reason why you have to lower your resolution when you get 120 is probably because the battery life. You might be able to hack this later on and leave super high resolution and super high refresh rate, kind of like what the OnePlus is doing. That would be really cool in the future. They might do that. The touch sensitivity is 240 Hz. It's even faster than the screen, but actually makes sense, especially for gaming. Mobile gaming for phones is huge. I actually went to the OnePlus event in Seattle, and I met like 5 different YouTubers that's all they do is mobile gaming. They all use the OnePlus 7 Pro or the OnePlus 7 Pro T, which is the McLaren edition, and they all love the responsive display. It's so fast. As a mobile gamer, having 240 Hz touch sensitivity gives you that extra edge to do that flick shots much better. And it actually, especially for YouTubers who do gaming on mobile phones, this will be a crucial part, and you will see everybody gonna switch to that. It's just because you'll be a better player, especially for ones who play really well. If you don't really play that well, you know, if you don't go to Fortnite or PUBG and you're really accurate on your, you know, on your shots and everything, you're not gonna, you know, see much difference other than a very smooth screen in general. But for people who play, that would be a huge deal for them. So it is a big deal to have that 240 Hz sensitivity, and it's higher than the 120, but it makes sense. If you use it, you will see. Going on to the battery life, 5,000 milliamp battery, just a huge battery. So the phone is thicker. It's 8.8 millimeters. It's thicker than the average phone out there right now, which is fine. You know, a lot of times the Note phones were also very thick a little bit compared to others. So you know, it's okay that it's thicker, you're getting bigger battery, and you need it for 6.9 inch display anyway, so it makes sense. Another big feature about the battery is 45-watt charging. It's really fast. It's even faster than OnePlus 7 Pro. That's gonna be only 30 watts over here. 45 watts is just higher. It's very fast. So that's a good plus right there. You also have wireless charging 2.0, which is faster wireless charging. OnePlus doesn't have it. The reason why I keep talking about the OnePlus, because I'm gonna talk about it later about the pricing and, you know, having something to compare to gives you a little bit of perspective of the price and if it makes sense. And this is why I keep mentioning the OnePlus 7 Pro. I'll tell you guys later. The chipset will be Snapdragon 865, which means better graphics, better everything, you know, but at this point 855, anything above 855 or 855 Snapdragon, it's already great. So it's just gonna be a little great, more great, you know, why not? And the also differences with the Ultra, it's gonna have like true 5G, sub 6 millimeter wave, which means you're gonna get the full speed of the 5G. And so far phones didn't really got all the full speed of the 5G. They only got like 20% faster than LTE. So, you know, you're really getting the full speed of 5G, which not really supported everywhere. It's just a cool feature to show off. Kind of like if you have your house a fast download speed, if you ever like, hey look, I get like 50 or 100 megabytes per second download speed, look, you show off to your friends. It's kind of like that, you know. Actual life difference, not so much. Storage up to 16 gigs of RAM, up to 512 gigabyte memory, and expandable storage with a micro SD card up to 1 gigabyte extra. So you can have a mobile phone with 1.5 gigabyte of memory. It's like a laptop. It's crazy. It's enough memory for whatever you want forever. You know, that's just awesome. That all starts at $1,399, and that's so high for an Android phone. It's crazy how we got there. The Android market, usually it's the cheaper market, like the cheaper version. You don't want to buy an iPhone, you don't want to spend that much money, so you go to an Android, you get almost the same specs, you know. But right now, things are turning around. The camera is 108 megapixels, their main camera. They have up to 10x zoom, can go up to 100 with digital zoom, which is insane. You have 40 megapixel selfie camera, which is just insane. They just put everything best on that phone. You know, it just competes with everything. Any Android, any iPhone. $1,399. It's still cheaper than the most expensive iPhone. The most expensive iPhone right now, the 11 Pro with the 512 gigs, can go to up to $1,449. So it's still cheaper than the best iPhone you can get right now, but you get so much out of that price. But is it really worth it? Well, depends. We're gonna find out. For sure it's gonna be worth it for professionals, people who review it, of course, but you know, people who film every day, they care about cameras, they want the best of the best, they have the money for it. Yeah, it's worth it for them. But for the average people, I don't know, you can buy a $500 or $499 OnePlus 7 Pro, you get 90Hz display, you get 48 megabytes of a main camera, you get 16 megabytes selfie camera, you get 3x zoom, no wireless charging, smaller battery, only 30 watt charging. So yeah, definitely not comparable, but definitely really good phone. So there's a worth 3 times or almost 3 times the price. You can buy literally a OnePlus 7 Pro, another iPhone XR or something, and have both. And then you have iPhone and an Android and still be same price or cheaper than the Samsung one. It's just really nice to see what's coming up. I'm really excited to see. I hope OnePlus will go on top of this and also include a 108 megabyte pixel camera. Also have a flagship, hopefully at $1,000. That would be really awesome if they do something 120 Hz, Snapdragon 865, and all that for $1,000. That would be very appealing for the OnePlus market. And they start to get into flagships, you know, in the past year or so. So I'm really excited to see that from them. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first time I'm making this kind of like tech video review about this new product. Let me know if you like this type of videos and my new lighting and everything. I'm really curious to know. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I talk about a lot of different things, how much related. Leave in the comment below if you think the $1,399 is worth it or not. And don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.
Subscribe to my channel for more wireless. It's a good dog. Good boy. Pop.